Question number 4. Here are the results of a group of 24 secondary 3 students math test results. Okay, and this is a 10-mark question. So they ask you to find the mean. So what you're going to do is you're going to add all these numbers up and divide by the number of numbers, which is 24. Okay, so if I add them all up, I get 1,539. Divide that by 24, and that gives me 64.125. Okay, the mode is the most frequent number. So the most frequent number is 74. Okay, there are 4 of those, and so the mode is 74. The median, so we're being asked to find the median, the first quartile, and the third quartile. Okay, the median is really the second quartile. So I'm going to just do the quartiles here. So quartile 1 is, we have 24 values. Divide that by 4, and that gives us 6. Okay, and because this is a nice integer, right, or a whole number, I'm going to take the 6th and the 7th, and I'm going to take the average of them. Okay, so take the 6th and the 7th, which is 53 and 56. Okay, and then I would take the average of those two. For quartile 2, I'm going to do 24 times 2 divided by 4, right, or just 24 divided by 2, right, and that gives me 12, and because that's a whole number, I'm going to take the 12th and 13th, which is 62 and 63, and I'm going to take the average of those. Okay, for quartile 3, I'm going to do 24 times 3 divided by 4, and that gives me 18, and so because that's a whole number or an integer, I'm going to take the 18th and 19th people. So this 70, or the 18th and 19th marks, so that's 74 and 74, which gives me 74. Okay, so to find the median, it's the 12th and it's the 2 middle values. Okay, so 62 and the 63, and I take the average of that. That gives me 62.5. For the first quartile, it's 53 and 56, so I take the average of those, and that gives me 54.5. And for the third quartile, that's just 74. Okay, the interquartile range is going to be the third quartile, 74, minus the first quartile, minus the 54.5, and that gives me 19.5. To find the range, the range is going to be the x max, take away the x min, so the biggest number, take away the smallest number, so 94, take away 41, which is 53, and then we're being asked to construct a box and whisker plot. All right, so the box and whisker plot, I'm going to start with my x min and go all the way up to my x max. So I'm starting with 41 all the way up to 94. So if I go up by, so I want to go up by either 1s, 2s, or 5s, right? Or multiples of 1s, 2s, or 5s, like multiples of 10 of 1s, 2s, and 5s. So if I went up by 1s, I would be like 40, 41, 42, 43, and I would never get there. Okay, but if I went up by 2s, it works out nicely. So 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and that fits nicely. So I'm going to use that. All right, and then, so I'm interested in my x min, my x max, and all the quartiles, right? So I put those on here. So 41 is going to be right there. 54 is right here. 56 is right there. 55 is right in between. So 54.5 is right in between 55 and 54. So it's going to be like right there. It's going to be a quarter of the way. Okay. Same with 62.5. It's going to be a quarter of the way between 62 and 64. 74 is right here. And my x max, 94, is right there. All right, so I make my little hinges, right, on each of the quartiles. 54.5, 62.5 is my second quartile, my third quartile, 74. And I put the little ends of the whiskers at the x min, which is 41, and the other end of the whisker at the x max, which is 94. And then I draw my lines. This is the whisker. So between the little tiny first, where the x min is, all the way up to the first quartile. Draw the other whisker from the third quartile all the way up to the x max. And then I just complete the box. Okay, and then if you like, you can color it in. All right, stem and leaf plot. So we have 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So for the 40s, I have 1, 4, 5, 5, 1, 4, 5, 5. And for the 50s, I have 1, 3, and 56, and 7. And then for the 60s, I have 0, 0, 2, 2, and 3, and 6, and an 8. Okay, for the 70s, I have, oops, let me just go through these. Oops, there we go. And that's it for the stem and leaf plot.